I want to talk about an observation that I made with the handstand and with teaching the handstand, but it's a universal thing. I think here in the handstand it's just one of the many moments where it comes out and where it very often comes out and is discussed. Something about awareness. So have a look. When I go into the handstand, I will go into the handstand at the wall with my chest facing the wall, and I will show you a crooked handstand. Yeah, that is a bit to the side on purpose. Okay, so I'm going here. Yeah, and let's say I'm a bit like this, for example. Okay. This is something that very often happens to people, yeah, that they go up and they are a bit to the side, especially in the beginning. So the interesting thing here now is that many people think they are straight. So they don't know that they are in a crooked position. So they need someone else to tell them, or they need to film themselves, because then they see it and they realize, oh wow, I'm not straight. And then it's also interesting that when someone puts them in the proper position, or they put themselves into the proper position, into a more straight position, suddenly they say, now I feel like I'm twisted, or now I feel like I'm on the side, I'm crooked, or something like this. So what is happening here? Maybe what is happening is that when you were thinking you were straight, you match that with the feeling that you have at the same moment. So let's say I'm standing, yeah, and I my whole life I stand a bit like this on the side, but it just feels for me, okay, I'm straight. Yeah, now my hip, you see, is a bit like this. Okay, I have a feeling when I think I'm straight, and this feeling that I have is my feeling of being straight. So always and this feeling is happening, I think I'm straight. So now, and if I will go into more of a straight position, it feels obviously different than before. And now, because it's not matching anymore, this feeling from straight, I think, now I'm not straight. Now I'm rotated, I'm crooked, something like this. Yeah, this is what happens probably in the handstand, that there is a mismatch, no, of what we think straight feels like, and then in the brain is what happens, like, this is straight. But then we look at it and we realize, oh no, actually the reality that I can see with my eyes is that it is not straight. And then you can start to ask, so how many times is actually my inner perception of what's happening matching the outer perception, the outer, okay, what you can really see or what you can really hear, and so on and so forth. No, it's like in communication, when you say something a certain way and you think you said it like this, like it sounds like this, and then other people understand it very differently. And then it's like, no, actually for me it didn't sound like this, like it sounded very differently. And things like this, yeah? Or you do a movement and you think, I think it didn't feel good for me. And then someone else says, well, it looks very nice. And you look at it on the video and yeah, it looks very nice. And vice versa. You do something and you think, yeah, I think I'm doing it very much correctly, and it feels very good and it's very smooth. And then you look at it and it's like, wow, I didn't think that I'm doing this. Yeah, so very often we have these moments when we get some feedback, some external feedback from a different person, but what is very nice is like video cameras that record the sound and the visual, where we then realize, okay, so my inner feeling is, or the inner pictures that I have of how something looks, or the inner sounds, yeah, the mental representations here are not so good, they're not matching reality. And to have more clearer mental representations that are more matching, like when I feel I'm straight, that I'm really straight, that's an interesting pursuit, at least, to see, M is is my feeling matching what is actually happening?